What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Well, it was back on February 26th when we learned that 95-year-old actor Gene Hackman and his wife, I think she was 64-year-old Betsy Arakawa, were found deceased in their Santa Fe, New Mexico home. They appeared to have been, both have been deceased for quite some time. And in addition to their bodies, a pet also was found. A pet dog was also found deceased in a kennel, while 2 or 3 other dogs, were found alive and scurrying about on the property. Now, ever since this devastating news have come out, there's been a lot of speculation as to what had occurred, whether the victim of foul play, whether the victims of what many people assumed at first, the victim of a gas leak or carbon monoxide poisoning. A lot of people were speculating as to what exactly occurred. Now, authorities have determined the cause of death and a timeline. Now, a lot of us, pretty much based upon the fact that Gene Hackman was 30 years older than her in very frail health, a lot of us, and plus when it was reported that she was actually in, or at least up until recently, had been in excellent health, a lot of us assumed that it was Gene Hackman who suddenly died, and that maybe out of grief, she took her own life from the suddenness of it. But now it appears that she died several days before Gene Hackman, and that she died of a virus that is very rare, but can be quickly fatal unless it is caught early and treated in the hospital. She died of hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. And this ailment can quickly become fatal, and it can also be misdiagnosed or misinterpreted as something else. It can present itself initially as, a chest cold, but then it can get to the point where you begin to suffer from shortness of breath, and then from that point in time, it can be the outcome can be very, very bad. So they believe now that she probably passed sometime around February the 11th or maybe February the 12th. And she was last seen in surveillance footage shopping at a local CVS, I think some other stores. And her last electronic interaction was, I think they said that she sent an email to her spa technician or something to that effect that morning. That's the last time that they see any activity from her. So they think that she collapsed from that virus quickly becoming fatal, and that Gene Hackman, who was 95 years old, not only did he have severe heart disease, but unbeknownst to most of us, he had advanced Alzheimer's disease. Now, I'm thinking if his state of Alzheimer's was this advanced, then what happened was, he couldn't really process what was going on. He couldn't really process exactly what he was seeing or what he was witnessing. And I think that maybe because, I'm trying not to be gross here, But I'm pretty sure at this point, he might have even forgotten how to use the bathroom properly, eat properly. Um, he may have died of malnutrition and the stress of the situation due to having severe heart disease. They said that his last pacemaker activity was February the 18th. Initially, they said 17th, but now they said the 18th. So they think that Gene Hackman passed away on the 18th. So that would be a full week before authorities found their bodies, and that his wife was in a much more advanced state of decomposition. By that point in time, she had been deceased for 2 weeks. So, it's a very tragic situation altogether. The pet, they still know exactly what caused the death of the pet. But at this point, you can make different guesstimations about what it could be. Now, I did read that dogs do not contract hantavirus. They're not in any risk of that. So what I think what could have possibly happened is if the kennel was locked, then the dog died of dehydration. Okay, and malnourishment. Because hell, that would have been a full 2 weeks before anybody fed the damn thing. If the kennel was unlocked, what could have possibly happened is a dog, because they said that she spilled pills, the dog could have eaten pills, because dogs will eat any goddamn thing. Dog could have gotten sick. And a lot of times, pets, when they don't feel well, will go to their place of shelter and lie down, and the dog may have lied down into the kennel and died. That's just a possibility of what could have happened. But yeah, this is a very tragic situation. It also goes to show you the horrors of dementia/Alzheimer's. And you can't help but think that this situation could have, well, I don't know about her per se, but Hackman, although he was 95, man, if somebody was just there to keep tabs on them, like a third party, then maybe his death could have been prevented. But you never know with these situations, man. But yeah, rest in peace to Gene Hackman. Rest in peace to Betsy Orakawa. Tragic situation. Oh, by the way, they said that oftentimes, even though this virus is rare, people who do contract it usually get it if they get in contact with rat feces or urine. And those situations are, if, you're cleaning out an attic or something. And, in that manner, that's when you might come in contact with rat droppings or rat urine in that situation. But anyway, tell me what you guys think.